China again blocks move to list JEM chief Masood Azhar as global terrorist in United Nations Security Council. India-Pakistan give final touches to modalities for Kartarpur corridor. Sushma Swaraj asks Islamabad to hand over Masood Azhar. President Ramnath Kovind presents gallantry awards to army personnel for exemplary courage and devotion to duty. Election Commission holds meeting with central observers, discusses mechanism to curb black money. And the Governors Cup Invitation Polo Tournament gets underway in Manipur. Imphal Riding Club crushed Thamwiban Club 11-1 in the opener. Good evening, viewers, and a warm welcome to Northeast News. I'm Chongamla Thumra. And now the news in detail. China has once again blocked a bid to designate Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar as a global terrorist in the United Nations Security Council 1267 list. This is the fourth time since 2009 that China has blocked the proposal to designate Pakistan-based JEM chief Azhar as a global terrorist. The proposal to designate Azhar under the 1267 Al-Qaeda Sanctions Committee of the UN Security Council was moved by France, the UK and the US on February 27, days after the Pulwama terror attack carried out by a suicide bomber belonging to the JEM that led to a flare-up in tensions between India and Pakistan. India said it is disappointed with this outcome. The first meeting to discuss the modalities and the draft agreement for facilitation of pilgrims to visit Gurdwara Kartarpur Sahib using the Kartarpur corridor was held today at Atari in a cordial environment. External Affairs Ministry in the release said both sides held detailed and constructive discussions on various aspects and provisions of the proposed agreement. It was agreed to hold the next meeting at Wagah on the 2nd of next month. This will be preceded by a meeting of the technical experts on the 19th of this month. Meanwhile, earlier in the day, External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj gave a tough message to Pakistan. She asked Pakistan to first stop terrorism. Only then India can engage in a dialogue. Taking a dig at Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan, Sushma Swaraj said that if he is such a strong votary of peace, why does he not hand over Masood Azhar to India?
वज़ीर आज़म पाकिस्तान से कि टेरर पे बात नहीं, एक्शन चाहिए। बातें तो बहुत बार हो चुकी है, बातें बहुत बार हो चुकी है। हमने बहुत साफ कह रखा है, टेरर एंड टॉक्स कांट गो टुगेदर, बट वी आर रेडी टू एंगेज विद पाकिस्तान इन एन एटमॉस्फेयर फ्री फ्रॉम टेरर एंड वायलेंस। आप करिए वो माहौल क्रिएट, एंगेजमेंट शुरू होगा।
President Ramnath Kovind today conferred 3 Kirti Chakras and 15 Shaurya Chakras to armed forces personnel for displaying indomitable courage and extreme devotion to duty. Kovind conferred the Gallantry Awards and Distinguished Service Decorations at the Defence Investiture Ceremony at Rashtrapati Bhavan. 2 Kirti Chakras and 1 Shaurya Chakra were given posthumously. The President also conferred 15 Param Vishisht Seva Medals, 1 Uttam Youth Seva Medals and 25 Vishisht Seva Medals to senior officers of the armed forces for distinguished service of an exceptional order. One of the Param Vishisht Seva Medal was conferred on Army Chief General Bipin Rawat. Among the dignitaries present on the occasion were Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Moving on to Northeast now, the Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma expressed concern in the Assembly on Wednesday over unbanked areas and said he is personally taking steps so that all regions in the state have proper banking facilities. He said several meetings have been held on this issue with bankers. The Chief Minister, however, said the state government cannot persuade the banks to open a branch in any part of the country as they take into considerable financial viability before opening office. He assured opposition member from the Congress, H.M. Shamplang, that he will look into the concerns about banking services in places such as Dangar, Pongkung and Lauba. The Election Commission held a meeting of central observers in New Delhi today as part of preparations for the upcoming Lok Sabha polls. The meeting was held to brief the central observers about their roles and responsibilities while on election duty. This was the first such meeting since election dates were declared earlier this month. The Commission's mechanism to curb black money and illegal endorsements like liquor and drugs was shared with the expenditure monitoring observers during the day-long meeting. In Nagaland, State Chief Electoral Officer Nagaland Abhijit Sinha today held a meeting with all political parties ahead of the Lok Sabha election and by-election to Aulengdan Assembly constituency. The CEO briefed the party representatives on types of election expenditure, disqualification proceedings, legal provision of expenditure and its monitoring, and criminal antecedents of contestants. Other officials spoke on paid news, Suvidha and C-Vigil. Representatives from various political parties in the state attended the meeting. BJP National Secretary Sunil Deodhar declared on that BJP is not going to share any seat with IPFT. Rather, hopefully, IPFT will compromise. It is their valid demand of IPFT, but BJP is not going to give any seat to them. He said the BJP is confident that the alliance will continue. Party's All India General Secretary Ram Madhav, along with state's BJP in charge Deodhar, Deputy Chief Minister Jishnu Debbarma attended the meeting with the Indigenous People's Front of Tripura INPT leaders at State Guest House in Agartala and held detailed discussion on seat sharing today. IPFT recently announced that it will contest the Lok Sabha election in the state alone if they are not conceded the East Tripura constituency. In Assam, former Chief Minister and senior Congress leader Torun Gogoi today said the BJP wants to piggyback on the AGP to sail to victory in the forthcoming Lok Sabha polls in the state as it is not confident of winning. Addressing the media in Guwahati, Gogoi criticized the AGP for what he called its surrender of the basic tenets of regionalism just to ally with the Saffron Party.
এই নির্বাচনত লোকসভা নির্বাচনত তেওঁলোকে পৰাজয় বৰণ হ'ব সেয়ে তেওঁলোকে আজি এজিপি যি দলে আজি অলপ কিছুদিনৰ আগলৈকে গোৱাল গাড়ী দিছিল গোটেই গোৱাল
In Meghalaya, the Congress has decided to field leader of the opposition, Dr. Mukul Sangma, from the Tura Lok Sabha seat and sitting MP Vincent Pala from the Shillong seat. This was announced by the AICC on Wednesday following a recommendation of their names by the Meghalaya Pradesh Congress Committee. The Tura seat has been a strong bastion of late P.A. Sangma's National People's Party, which will field his daughter Agatha Sangma as a party candidate. The ruling Meghalaya Democratic Alliance will field United Democratic Party leader Jemino Mautho as the consensus candidate for the Shillong parliamentary seat. In Arunachal Pradesh, BJP President Tapir Gao said the party will declare the names of its nominees for the forthcoming assembly as well as Lok Sabha elections in the state on Sunday. Speaking to media persons in Itanagar, Gao said the BJP will have no alliance with any party and will field candidates in all the 60 assembly seats. He also claimed that a permanent residential certificate PRC issue will not have any impact on the party's performance in the elections. In Nagaland, Nalbari District Administration has decided to use Assamese folk art to promote voter awareness for the Lok Sabha polls. Nalbari District Deputy Commissioner Bharat Bhushan Dev Chaudhary said the folk art performances will include Biyanam, Ojhapali and Dhulia to create awareness. Chaudhary said 4 groups in the district have been entrusted with the task of writing scripts and lyrics for the exercise. The Bongaigaon District Administration is also engaging in Vote Mitra and Vote Sakhi to promote ethical voting. In sports news, the 29th edition of Governors Cup Invitation Polo Tournament, organised by the Manipur Horse Riding and Polo Association, kicked off formally on Wednesday in Imphal in the presence of H. Chauba, Director, Veterinary and Animal Husbandry, and Rajkumar Dilip Singh, Vice President, Manipur Horse Riding and Polo Association, as distinguished guests. The opening match of the tournament saw Imphal Riding Polo Club A crush Thangmaiban Youth Polo Club by 11-1 goals. Meghalaya Sports and Youth Affairs Minister Bantedor Lindo has said the necessary infrastructure for the National Games 2022 will be ready in time. He said the sports department will have a prepared plan so that everything is ready in time. Meghalaya will be the third northeastern state after Manipur and Assam to have hosted their national games in 1999 and 2007 respectively. Meghalaya's state animal, the clouded leopard, has been chosen as the mascot for the games.
We are looking forward by working together with the various department, especially with under leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister. We can do it within the.
Still in Meghalaya, Minister in charge of Education Lakmen Rimbui informed the Assembly on Wednesday that the government is trying to rationalize the teacher-pupil ratio in Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan SSA schools across the state. He said that at present several SSA schools are functioning with less than 20 students. Rimbui said the department will also conduct GSI mapping to see the present locations of the schools that violate the guidelines of the SSA. He said the government wants to provide education in the villages. And finally, before we wind up, a look at the headlines once again. China again blocks move to list JEM chief Masood Azhar as global terrorist in United Nations Security Council. India-Pakistan give final touches to modalities for Kartarpur corridor. Sushma Swaraj asks Islamabad to hand over Masood Azhar. President Ramnath Kovind presents gallantry awards to army personnel for exemplary courage and devotion to duty. Election Commission holds meeting with central observers, discusses mechanism to curb black money. And the Governors Cup Invitation Polo Tournament gets underway in Manipur. Imphal Riding Club crushed Thangmaiban Club 11-1 in the opener. And that's all in this bulletin. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.